East Coast, know I'm rockin' with y'all. West Coast, know I'm rockin' with y'all. North Side, know I'm rockin' with y'all. South Side, know I'm rockin' with y'all. I'm still riding with my day cause I'm rockin' with y'all. Whole county, pull your hands.
What up, everybody? It's K-Don.
It's your boy Wraith.
It's the Love First podcast. We have a very special guest straight from the Boxing Voice. You probably heard him on Fighthype as well. Mr. Nestor Gibbs. How you doing, sir?
How you doing, brother? Thank you for having me.
Man, it's an honor, man. We're just happy that you're on here. We've been watching your moves for a minute, man. A minute. You've been making some incredible moves, you know. Let's start off with what inspired you, because you have major things going on YouTube with your channel. What inspired you to start a YouTube channel?
I think it was just the evolution in the podcast, which is funny because, man, I'm old. So when I started, I want to say maybe it was 2010. YouTube was fairly new. I think they started in 2006, if I'm not mistaken. So we established the channel probably in 2012 of May, if I'm not mistaken, just as a secondary outlet for the podcast. I was trying to tell my co-host at the time that video was the wave. Yeah. I felt like, yo, podcasting is cool because, you know, I was a truck driver starving for more content. And, you know, I love the sport of boxing. So I seeked out podcasts. As a truck driver, you got to keep your eyes on the road, but you want to have something at least playing. You get tired of music, man. DJs, as good as they think they are, if you pay attention closely, you're going to hear the same song maybe 6 times in one day. Yeah. And then you'll hear a dozen of those 6 songs 6 times in one day. So it's just, it gets repetitive and I needed podcasting. So it was only a hobby for me, fellas. Like, you know, I didn't have a best friend that was educated enough in the sport that I could just turn to, like, dang, man, you see what Margarito did? It's like, who's Margarito? And it's like, that's frustrating. So my wife at the time, she said, why you don't go to Twitter? And again, in 2010, Twitter was brand new. 2011, Twitter was brand new. So it was wide open. I got in early. And fighters were accessible. But I didn't jump at that. I used Twitter to find other boxing podcasts to continue my day-to-day work. I was still a truck driver. And, you know, I found one and I called in. They had a call-in number. I called into their show and I had my call. I got my little 15 seconds of fame, hung up my phone, you know, and that's it. You back to being laying in bed or sitting on your couch watching the fight with no one to talk to. But I called into that show a few times and he called me back and he's like, yo, listen, man, analytics is jumping through the roof. My chat goes crazy when you call in. What do you think about doing a post-fight show with me? So I'm like, post-fight? What do you mean? Oh, yeah. So after the fight, we get on and we'll just talk. But again, no video. I bet. Let's do it. So I started doing it. And, you know, no disrespect to anybody that was doing it at the time. They was only doing 1 show a month. Again, I'm on the road. You know, I'm working 18 hours a day. 1 show ain't cutting it. Yeah. So, you know, I seen that people's work ethic wasn't there. They was only doing it once a month. It was a hobby to them. And I get it, you know, but again, what I wanted was to consume more. So I quickly opened my appetite for podcasts, like, cause boxing couldn't, you know, they couldn't maintain me satisfied with just boxing. There wasn't enough dudes doing it. And the people that were doing it, no matter if I subscribed to 12, they going once a month or once every 3 months, or they ain't been dropped the episode in a years. Like, people was falling off. So, you know, I started a podcast with my friend and the first thing I did was Thursdays and Sundays. So I went 8 times. When my competition was doing 1 show a month, I'm giving you 8. Yeah. You know, I mean, now I'm like the Breakfast Club. I'm on every day. But that was the evolution of the channel. You feel me? It's I no longer have a day job. This is my day job. along with other shit.
Definitely, and that's a lot of work ethic, and it's kind of dope to. I feel like that's why your content comes out very genuine and authentic, because one, like you said, you didn't come in like, hey, I'm just looking for the money. You're like, this is something I wanted to do. I'm passionate about it. But because of your background, like you said, working 18-hour days, like your work ethic is what kind of like pushed you and take it to the next level. Mm-hmm. So I think that's so dope. I think that's something that we can definitely relate to, because we've been in those situations.
Especially when you talk about the evolution part. Because, you know, a lot of people, they have this habit of like doing something for like 5-6 months and then quitting.
Yeah,
because they're not getting the results that they want. Mm-hmm. Instead of just, you know, like what you just talked about, like being consistent and just grinding, you know, and just having fun with it. You mm-hmm. know, people forget that, you know, you got to have fun with it too. And not just, you know, it's a job, but you're having fun with it also. So I think that's very important that you bring that up.
Man, I'll give you an example, man. I've had dozens, maybe, not dozens, but at least a dozen co-hosts, you know. And there's only really, I believe there's only really been one dude to last longer than like a year or 2 years, mm-hmm. you know.
Yeah.
And many people have fell off, and this is our year now. You know, this is the year that things have really started to manifest for the Boxing Voice, and we've been able to open up a company. And now the people that did stick around, mm-hmm. they got equal stake in that company. And honestly, I believe that it's not only the most lucrative company that the Boxing Voice, or at least department of the Boxing Voice is going to have, but it's the fastest growing. Right now we're doing publicity for fighters, and it's like, what better way to get put on than by the dudes that create the news, you know? I mean, I've been in this business for 12 years. What's my Rolodex look like? How many numbers do I got? How many podcasters like yourself do I know, and journalists and YouTubers and bloggers, and I mean, the list goes on and on. So I could put someone on. Yeah. And now that is valuable. You understand? So those that didn't stick around long enough for that. Now, you know, the Boxing Voice could say, in a short amount of time that we've established this company, we got 7 fighters with legit names that fought on TV and things like that. That shows credibility. Mm-hmm. And validation that the hard work throughout those 12 years has paid off, but it's not an easy road. Like, I don't know how long y'all been together, and you know, one of you might get tired in 12 months, and then on that 13th month, the next one popped off because you didn't last that extra 30 days, and then the check came in, and that's what I'm saying. When I started Border Wars, I was coming out of pocket. Now I got 3 cities paying me to bring my business to them. You know, I was saying it on my show yesterday that I'm having my own Eddie Hearn moment, where I got an offer from Watertown, Wisconsin, an offer from Albuquerque, New Mexico, an offer from Corpus Christi, Texas, for my little show, White Collar Boxing. So again, dudes never know when it's going to pop. Stop getting desperate. Just
absolutely.
Just work. What do horses do? Horses put the blinders on and they go to work.
Tunnel vision.
But dudes that don't know how to, not everybody knows how to work. A lot of people are overly ambitious. Yeah. And, you know, everything takes time, and it ain't on our time, you know, and I ain't going to get religious, but it's on God's time. You put in 1,000 days, and it's on that 1,002. You just got to keep chipping away, man. I mean, look, I look back, and I'm saying it, and it's 10, 12 years ago. 10, 12 years ago. So like, people got to understand this shit don't happen overnight, especially not on YouTube. Not right now. Think about it. When I started, YouTube had 6 years in the game, maybe 7 in the game. Like, man, you know how many zillions of channels are out there right now? You got to work hard.
Yeah, you got to work hard.
If you ain't working, the next man working.
Yeah.
And they thumbnails are sexier. And they use emojis in their title.
Yeah, it's competition.
And then they went and wrote out the whole description, but you being lazy and you just putting, yo, we live. Nah, man.
And they got timestamps.
Yo, they killing it. Yo, they got timestamps and captions. And captions, man. Dudes out here eating internationally with them captions. And that's what I'm saying. That like, if you take the time to put the captions on your video, you going that extra mile that I'm not going.
Yeah.
You're gonna make that money that I don't want to make. I don't want to, work to make. It's out there. That's what I tell everybody that get with me. Look, there's money to make. Yeah. I ain't gonna put it in your hand. It's money out here. You want it?
Facts.
Pick up your phone. You put an established brand. You understand? Pick up your phone and you bring the money in, but not everybody's a hustler, man. For me, it was all about, I've always been a hustler at heart. It's about changing the product. And, the Boxing Voice is the product. And I know how to sell it, man. So you got to know how to sell what's yours, You
talked about having like a bunch of co-hosts. Like in your opinion, what do you think makes a good co-host?
Man, work ethic.
Yeah.
Yo, it's funny, man. No joke. Like I just did an interview. That's why I was 8 minutes late with you. The woman was having technical difficulties getting me on her Zoom link. And I was 8 minutes late, so I apologize. That being said, she asked me, what do you want to talk about? Work ethic. I had great co-hosts. I got co-hosts people still ask to come back.
Whew.
But are they gonna match your fly? Or they gonna work as hard as you?
Yeah.
Man, I'm telling you, especially if you in your infancy, let me tell you what you need to prepare yourself for. You need to prepare for you doing work 24 hours a day, 365 days a week, and then someone telling you should give me 50%.
For real. That's real talk.
That's real talk.
Preach.
Champ, you've been with me 11 months and you think you deserve 50%. You've been with me 11 months and you think you made a blip on the radar. Like, so all the work I did wasn't nothing. You got it popping now. The last 12 months you've been here, the last 1 month you've been here, dudes are crazy, man. They don't understand sweat equity. Ain't nothing better than sweat equity, man. Put it in. Put it in. I'm working with somebody now, and that relationship flourished because they made me earn my worth. I said, yo, pay me this. They said, nah. How about you show me that you deserve that? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And if you're not lying, how is that a problem? If you doing numbers, if you popping, then how is it a problem to tell somebody, yo, I do these numbers, and yeah, absolutely, I can show you the proof. Here's the analytics. Here's my media deck, you know what I'm saying? My media kit or my deck, you know what I'm saying? Like if it's true, it's not hard to sell, man. It's just, but it's gonna take a lot of hard work, especially on YouTube. I told my wife this yesterday. You could get rich on YouTube. Whatever you consider rich to be. That being said, you got to do millions of views, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Advertisement money is like pennies on a dollar.
Yes.
For me, YouTube ain't my source of revenue. It's cool to make money from YouTube. Fuck yeah. I could pay my mortgage. I could pay my car with that. But YouTube is more about being noticed, being found, and networking. Like, because of YouTube, I'm global. Because of YouTube, people from Malaysia can hear me and see me, and now they call me. Because of that. Because of YouTube, people find you on and come looking for you. So YouTube is just TV for us. It's free advertisement for me. That's how I look at it. Maybe not everyone else, and everybody, again, they're in a different lane. Your YouTube channel, you have a different, I believe it's called RPM, right?
For mine, it's under Catered Down.
Excuse me?
Oh, my YouTube channel is under Catered Down.
Catered? No, not the name. I mean, RPM is what YouTube pays you.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah.
RPM, let me just make sure. So it's like costs per click or, per million. And that is like the rate that they pay you at. So, you know, you could be a channel that is getting like a $25 CPM or RPM, or you could be a channel that's getting like a dollar for every 1,000 clicks.
Yeah.
So, you know, YouTube is what you make it, man. But it takes a lot of hard work. It takes a lot of hard work. But again, the beauty of YouTube is that you look at it and it's limitless.
Mm-hmm.
There's no.
It might be RPV, like rate per view.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's no limit to what you can make. So again, if you work hard enough, if you put out the right content, it could go viral.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, these musicians are killing it in the you know, Latin America. You know, they going straight to YouTube. They're doing 60 million views. I mean, how much money do you think that is?
Yeah. Thanks.
Let alone the advertisement that they gonna get now and sponsorships because 60 million people watching them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, YouTube, it's a lot of different ways. Like I'm being honest, I'm not killing them from YouTube, but it opens the doors that I need to a beautiful life. You understand? Yeah. A beautiful life. So you need to just keep working. It's just grind, man. But everything counts. Thumbnails, title, description, everything you read about, everything you see, all that matters. I think thumbnails is probably the biggest thing, though.
Yeah.
Yo, thumbnails, yo.
Yeah. We're attraction.
I'll be seeing the craziest thumbnails. I'll be having the most clicks.
Thumbnails will get you through the roof, man.
Yeah.
Get you through
for sure. And it's kind of like two things that you really, that I want to kind of like break down from what you were saying too. You know, from going back to the host and different people in the situation, a lot of people, especially when they see you climbing up the ladder, they say, oh, they want to be a part of it. They know how to do it and this and that. And because people think it's easy, especially when you have a podcast, they're like, oh, you just have a conversation on camera. At the end, boom, you go viral. And it's a whole lot more to that. And our biggest issue is we see people that say they want to be a part of it, but they really can't commit the time that's necessary for it. Yeah. You know, like for us, and like what you said, this is not no side hobby for us. You know what I'm saying? It's another hustle in the many hustles that we have, but it's not just some tiny hobby, and you have to put it in. So could you kind of give even like a brief overview to the people that think a podcast is just so easy? You just hop on there. You don't even think about the topics. You just speak. So for the people that think that way, to get a better understanding of what it really takes, you know?
I mean, that's just ignorance and ambition as well. You know, a lot of people are trying to get into the podcast game now. It's the wave, you know. Advertisers have realized that, you know, you can spend all these thousands of dollars to put a commercial on and connect with no one. You know, you're hoping that the people watching will believe in that advertisement, in that commercial that you spent another hundreds of thousands to make. Whereas you could give your product to a podcaster that has a built-in fan base that believes in him, that trusts him. And as long as that podcaster believes in your product, you know, he or she will be able to deliver that to their audience in a manner that'll be, you know, effective for that company and lucrative for you. I'll tell you one thing, man. I remember, and I still wish I could find, this wasn't even a sponsorship, bro. This was I hate this, all right? I hate this. I don't know if you guys dislike it, but I hate affiliates. I don't like this, man. Give me my money.
Yeah.
Stop trying to play me out and give me an affiliate link and I'm going to make money off of selling your product. No, you want my audience. You know what it is and you know what it's worth.
Yeah.
Give me my money. But
yeah.
I did have one affiliate that was it was a gold mine. It was a gold mine. Yo, oh my God, I never sold more $15 subscriptions in my life. It went so well, I cut them off and I wanted to replicate their idea for my own niche. I get the idea because I ain't got the time for it. And I mean, these things done fell out. They used to be popular. I'm a little older than y'all, but do you remember companies were doing for a little bit, for a little minute. I don't know how long it lasted. Everybody was doing subscription boxes like Nike. You sign up to Nike and you get random sneakers plus
yeah.
A random breakaway, all for just $100 mystery box once a month, as long as you subscribe.
Yeah.
So this company reached out to me and they wanted me to distribute to my audience superhero paraphernalia. I already said yes because I love superheroes. That's my own thing. Like I'm big on Batman, Superman, all that shit. So like, this shit, this easy. I could talk about this because I love it. That's the key also in this. Whatever you gonna do, make sure it's what you're passionate about. So it's easy. It's never work. You know what I'm saying? That being said, because it was easy, oh man, I had to sell like, I don't know, maybe like 96 or anywhere between 76 to 96 in 30 days. I said, nah, I ain't doing it no more. Because you do the math. Even if it's 76, 96, whatever the number was, 15 times that was my commission. You know what I'm saying? $15 for every one I sold. And I did that in 30 days just by saying, yo, check out this Marvel box. And I remember we had a Deadpool one, and it was like a little cart, like a doll, Deadpool with the big head. But yo, these movie dudes be into that shit. Like, I love superheroes, but I ain't got no fucking Batman. Dudes be wanting them shirt, and it's like, yo, this month is the Batman with the shirt, and it got the Joker, whatever, and like, so many of them, and like I said, man, we are more powerful. Is all I'm saying. That short story was to say that traditional advertisement isn't as powerful as podcast advertising. I mean, look at Joe Buttons and Joe Rogan, man.
Yeah. Yep.
Look at them. They getting $100 million deals because now advertisement knows I know my audience. I just did another interview. One of my listeners from Texas was in the audience. Eric was in the audience asking me questions because he want to see me win. He all the way into I never met him before. Obviously now we've met up because I do plenty of events. You know, that's another thing you want to do. You want to, you know, ex-girlfriend pushed me to do that. I never did gatherings with my audience. You know? And that was the best thing I did. You want to meet them.
Yes.
Not only show them that you real, but see that they real and network in those events. That being said, look, Cruz followed me. If this would have been live, they would have been here. That's why I asked for the link.
Yeah.
And that just goes to show the power. So now if I'm selling something, Cruz might buy it because he needs it, or he might buy it because he want to support and see us win. And that's the difference between airing a commercial during the Super Bowl. Yeah, 60 million people seen it, but how many of motherfuckers care? Were they in front of the television, or did they go get up to go get the bid? Because it was in between commercials for the game. Like,
exactly.
Be more powerful, man. Once you realize how powerful you are, but you got to get your numbers right. Obviously, you got to get your audience. I'll tell you another secret, man. He changed his name. His name used to be the Podcast Answer Man. So when I decided to do a podcast, I did massive research, and that was his show's name. Now he goes by his real name. I think it's like Cliff Ravenscraft, something. But he said it a long time ago. It only takes 1,500 people. You don't have to have 1 million viewers. 1,500 people. You want to be a millionaire? 1,500 people. 1,500 people give you $75 a month. You made $1 million in the end of the year. Now, obviously, you want to be technical and you want your extra 100 because you mad that you only had 900,000 a year. Cool. Hustle a little hard and get a little bit more than 1,500 people.
Yeah.
Millionaire is not hard. You only need 1,500 people, and you got YouTube. How many billions of views daily does YouTube have? So you have the ability of finding 1,500 people. Easy.
Like that, yeah, for real.
Easy.
So that's my goal. I'm gonna be on YouTube so I get my 1,500.
Yeah. For real. Now, Now I know that you were saying so YouTube.
To be clear too, because somebody like, yo, what? That math wrong. It's 1,500 times 75 every month.
Every month for the year. Yeah.
12 months. That'll get you to 900,000.
Exactly. Might have to incorporate that. We looking for that 1,500.
Real, man.
For real.
Listen, remember that number could break down because you might get a supporter. I hope you guys are on Patreon too.
That's what we're building to next. So not yet, but he's already working on that. He brought that to my attention.
Gotta get on Patreon, man. Let me send you my link. I'm gonna go ahead and get that referral fee. But you gotta get on Patreon. So all right, you might like again instead of a $75 a month supporter, you might get a dude that's giving you $150. Now that's 2 people. So again, you need 1,500 people in theory, but you already know you're gonna get people that's only gonna give you $15 a month, and you might need 10 of those to equal to that 150. So I'm just saying you'll get there. The road is long, it's curvy, there's forks in it, but you'll get there. If you love what you do, again, it ain't work, man. I literally wake up every day happy to do my shit. This window was the best thing we did. When I bought this house, I fell in love with this office because of this window or this light. I'm happy to come in here.
Yeah.
I got to do. I'm never mad to talk. I go live spontaneously throughout the day because I just love talking.
Yeah.
And my audience is there to listen. So,
For sure. No, we appreciate that key too with the Patreon. Send us that link. Now we definitely were just discussing about getting on Patreon.
Life, fellas. Patreon literally changed my life. I think I started my Patreon in 2016, and that metaphorical rope around my neck definitely loosened, man. It helped me financially without a doubt, but it's the financial that freedom it gives you, So yeah, definitely. I implore you guys to start one, but you got to keep content there, man. You can't just assume you're going to start a Patreon because that's the thing people do. Start a Patreon. They think, oh, you're going to give me money now because it's a Patreon. You support. No, man. You need exclusive content there.
Yeah.
That I want to see, that I can't get nowhere else. And you got to make me feel special. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. Actually, for those that don't know what Patreon is, just kind of break that down what that is.
Patreon is a platform that allows you as a content creator to have a paywall where your content is behind a paywall, which means your potential Patreons, viewers, customers, whatever you want to call them, they have to pay to see your content. Now, you can do it per content creation, or you could do monthly subscription where a patron can cancel at any time and still get 30 days worth of access. So they could pay, whatever, and you set that, you could do it at $1, $2, $100. That's up to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, man, listen, definitely watch some videos. There's also YouTube members though, guys. And YouTube members, I mean, look, they both, YouTube take 30%, guys.
I know, I was about to say. You said it.
Baby wallet.
Just do your research. And that's the thing. You see, that's what I'm saying. They terrible, man. 30%. That's like a manager.
Yeah. That's worse than a manager. Right?
Records, man.
That's 2 managers.
Killing it, man. YouTube. But you know what? Again, I'm grateful because imagine there wasn't any YouTube. There is nothing else like YouTube.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it is what it is. You still have that platform to go fishing every day. It's hunting, fishing, whatever metaphor you want to use. But them subscribers, those potential customer, that potential 1,500 that you're seeking, they there.
Yeah.
And there's a billion of them right there.
And like you said, like YouTube is a great platform for exposure, because I think a lot of people just look at YouTube, I'm gonna get paid, and you can go viral and things of that nature, but even like you said, from the 1,500, you can have less views. You get that exposure from YouTube, build that base. So even before you hit 1 million or this many views, you can still find a way to bring in income. Absolutely. So even how you were talking about that, what would you say for the podcast, you know, that you personally seen as being your main source of income, since it's not YouTube, where a lot of people might have been exposed to you from?
Well, I mean, there's many ways to make money from a podcast. I mean, you can also, I don't know if a lot of people know that, man. It's funny, but like the audio is a separate revenue stream.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, like, so you don't want to only be on YouTube.
Exactly.
You want to have an audio only version of your podcast, and wherever you choose to host that, they're gonna put ads. Mm-hmm. They're gonna pay you for those ads, or you can put your own ads, or you can get your own .com, which I can help with, and you can also have a WordPress plugin where you host your own website, and people got to pay. You host your own podcast, and people got to pay to listen to your podcast by being a member of your website. It's a lot of different ways to make money off the podcast, you know. But again, I guess you can make money immediately if you're like members only, but like your marketing better be good, because how are you going to get, you know, someone has to know you to want to pay for your service, or at least they have to have received word of mouth of that service. Mm-hmm. So starting with a paywall, I don't know that that's the best thing to do unless you're popular. Like, you know, the Dream went to fans only because he's the freaking Dream. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Do you have any good tips for marketing?
I mean, definitely use hashtags and tags. And sexy titles, man. You know, titles that are provocative, that draw attention, you know, like the cat play with the ball, that ain't gonna work, you know. A little bit better. But yeah, man, that's marketing. I mean, Facebook ads. If you got a product, if you have a product, then Facebook ads, there's no one that talks bad about Facebook ads that actually pay for them. So if you have a product, you know, you got sneakers to sell, I don't know, you know, whatever it is, that's a little bit different. But I wouldn't recommend wasting money on Google ads or Facebook ads to promote the podcast. Now, I'm not saying that won't work. I would just recommend getting sponsorship for that. Like, why come out of pocket and spend $1,000 on advertisement for your podcast? And the way the advertisement work is like, they are charging you per click. So it's like, give me, let's hypothetically say $150 every 1,000 clicks. Just because I clicked didn't mean I'm listening.
Yeah,
true. Facebook is going to send me, let's say, your like page. And I clicked it. I even like it. I clicked the link and I'm reading. Did I like your page? Did I click your podcast? So I don't know, you know, if that's going to be like something that is worth it. Again, unless you're getting that free money, somebody want to invest in you and sponsor you, and then I guess you can allocate dollars that you're gonna lose into advertisement. I would rather, honestly, this is better. What you're doing right now, interviewing people, because I'm gonna want to share my link on my people are naturally egotistical, you know, narcissistic and shit. Interview, I'm, you know what I mean? So word of mouth works better, you know, getting people on your show, and really that's another tip. You got to tell them to share it. These motherfuckers ain't sharing, man. Ooh,
facts.
Or nah, my bad.
You gonna say it again?
Oh, y'all ain't hear it anyway.
Oh yeah, no, I didn't. But
yeah, you said people don't share the content.
You gotta, you know, you gonna have this bit, you gonna be happy, like, yo, we got Nas on the show.
Yeah.
Nas ain't even repost.
Yeah, for real.
He ain't even retweet. It's like, yo, word is boy, what's up, man?
Yeah, that's a fact.
You gotta definitely be like, hey, can you? Oh, don't forget to, because They're terrible, man.
Yo, and that's a major key. See, and that sounds tiny, but that is super real. Like, I hope everyone takes that into heart. Like, give the instructions. Stop just expecting something to happen, but actually articulate that, you know, have an agreement on that. Because I've been in that situation. I do music as well. And I've worked with, you know, big artists. And I'm thinking, all right, once we handle the business for the verse, it's a whole new business for that situation. You know what I'm saying? Or you want to have that understanding to make sure, you know, that can happen. So definitely. I
would say if the podcast is the, I guess the bread and butter or the meat and potatoes of the business, sound quality, you know, people can't listen too long if it's not up to par. They're gonna check out, you know what I mean? And that's what we have to understand. Like, we hustling people's time. At the end of the day, we trying to see how much time we can get from them in one day. And you know, everything matters. Background noise, your dog walking in the studio barking, or just the nails on the floor. I mean, everything matters, you know. So sound quality, because if you think about, if you go see Joe Buttons, there won't be none of that. Joe Rogan, there won't be none of that. You know what I mean? Got a producer, hey, pull this clip up. You know what I mean? I get jealous watching Rogan. I wish I had that. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Rogan is out here. Bro, he killing it, man.
Yeah, Rogan going crazy.
For real. No, what you said is major keys. And even talking about, you were saying have your own ads and sponsorship one. And that's something that we've actually been talking and building on as far as, you know, creators, instead of just, hey, you might get your YouTube monetized and you have a bunch of ads that you don't control because YouTube decides what's on your thing. Build with sponsors that you personally, like things that you personally mess with, that you're passionate about, bring them in, and you can actually make money off of that situation. Because I have a motto in life, and this is even how I invest in stocks or whatever it is, you know. So sponsors, like, if I spend money on this at all, I ever want to spend money, I'm like, you know what? How can I get this for free? Or how can I get some ownership of this? You know what I'm saying? And bring that here. What's kind of your mentality for going and getting sponsorships, and how do you get sponsorship?
Oh man, the biggest issue with sponsors are getting the information or contact information for the right person. You know, it's not having to repeat your pitch, man, that you practiced, and then it's like, oh, you got to repeat that to someone else. You got to send that email to someone else. So that is, I think, the biggest issue, man, is finding the right person to speak to. Again, because if you're doing the work, your analytics will speak for itself. You know, the watch time, how long is your audience listening or watching your video? That's what they care about, you know? Because you could have 10,000 views per episode, and then they ask for the analytics, and it's like 6 seconds in, people leave. 10,000 people clicked it, but what did they hear in 6 seconds?
Exactly.
You know, now you got 1,500 people watching every episode, and somebody's laughing. Oh, you only got 1,500, but you on for 3 hours and they listening to 3 whole hours.
Yep.
Worth more. They just don't know it because that ain't their business. But it's about being able to present your data to the sponsor. Once you do that, it gets easier, but it is the most difficult thing to do. Sponsorships are very hard to attain, you know, unless you got, again, the right person to talk to, because not everybody is a decision maker. You know what I'm saying? So everybody got to run you up a ladder, or you got to, you know, it's a chain of command. It's not easy. I haven't ever had any major sponsors for the show, podcast itself, which is hilarious. You know, people would rather like sponsor the event or things like that. But I've had like one long-term sponsor. I think well into 5 or 7 years. And many major corporations like FM Vodka and Everlast, but nothing long-term like what you would expect or feel you deserved. Like I would love, I don't know, Everlast.
Yeah.
They're so known in boxing, to instead of just sponsoring every board awards, go ahead and sponsor the fucking podcast. You know what I'm
saying? For real.
Sometimes you don't understand the way that these people move in this business. But it is what it is. But I would love a major, but there's also always room and plenty of money on the lower level because your local businesses, they need that exposure. Some people may not see the value in what you bring just yet, but there are enough people in this world that you are going to find someone where what you got is exactly what they were seeking for.
Yeah, for sure.
About putting yourself out there, man. I think I was just on another show and that's what I said. It's I guess the biggest tip is being social. More social you are. I had it tough. I'm 6'5", 250. I don't really smile, so people intimidated. They think you want to do something aggressively to them, But when you social, doors open quick, quick.
For sure. But I'm gonna do a question. Okay. So something I thought was dope too, right? So you have the Boxing Voice channel on YouTube that you started, over 100,000 subscribers. Then, I'm subscribed to a lot of boxing channels. So I heard your voice and I was actually surprised. It was actually coming from Fighthype, right? Over 1 million subscribers on Fighthype. And there you were doing interviews. I know you've been recently doing a lot with Keith Thurman. How did that collaboration come about with you and Fighthype?
Funny story, man. And I'm going to say it because, oh
my God. Say it. I got to hear this.
Nah, because, I be trying not to be, I guess, I don't know if petty is the right word. Like, cause when you, like my job is on the internet, so I see everybody. I see the hate just like you see the people that congratulate. And it's just like, I don't understand people. Someone has a misconception. I'll leave it at that. I'm not going to promote them, even though it would spice this up because of
man, let's do it.
But yeah, someone said that like, oh, imagine putting in all this work, all these years to build your channel and then going to work for Fighthype. And it's like, Poor people don't understand like vision,
ignorance,
don't understand growth. So the funny story is this: once upon a time, Fighthype probably was 60,000 subscribers away from me.
Yeah,
I thought I was in competition with them. I am a podcaster, not a YouTuber. But I realized quickly that I wasn't winning that race. And this all happened recently. I went to Mayweather Logan Paul, went to the media workout. No, it was the press conference. And I seen the owner of Fighthype, Ben Thompson. And I just walked up to him and I'm like, yo, you know what? I just want to apologize if I might have said anything negative or that would have upset you or in any way, because I know I was when we were close.
Yeah.
I was talking greasy, you feel me? And he appreciated that, and we got to talking, and I'm a businessman.
Yeah.
So for the ignorant people, right? Tell me, how does it hurt me to put my video on Fighthype and make millions of views, which equate to dollars, simultaneously putting my video on my YouTube channel and making whatever it was going to make if I didn't give it to Fighthype anyway?
Exactly.
So in actuality, what I did is create a completely separate revenue stream without having to work more.
Mm-hmm.
But an ignorant person is seeing that as somehow me working for someone.
Mm-hmm.
But you happen to see it, and you're not the first person to see it, which means that I made the right decision in choosing to align myself with them because they're a bigger platform, hence giving me more eyeballs on my own platform.
Exactly.
It's driving subscribers and viewers right back to my platform.
Exactly.
So, another thing YouTube teach you, like they send you emails like, hey, go to YouTube school. We're doing this, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So it's collaborations.
Yeah.
So if I'm doing videos and they're on Fighthype's channel, that's a collaboration, right?
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Small-minded people, man, they don't understand, man.
I don't see the bigger picture.
Let us know who that was. Let us know. We get on them right now.
I'll tell you this, man. They are taking shots because I will not accuse Tyson Fury without evidence. Just that simple. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the relatives of Deontay Wilder are not happy with Nestor Gibbs for that reason. But you know, like I guess where I come from, if you accuse someone of something, you know, you have to at least have some proof of that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't wash that loss away as cheating. You ain't proven that he cheated you. So if he didn't cheat you because you have no proof, that means he beat you. So I'm being alienated, so to speak, because I don't see it any other way.
Yeah.
So I've seen a few of his, you know, cousins or whatever taking shots on Twitter. And obviously my audience is like, yo, did you see so-and-so?
Yeah.
Got like 800 followers, by the way.
Yeah. For real.
Blinders. I put the blinders on.
What did you think of the Mayweather and Logan Paul fight?
Bruh, I mean, you want to know what I thought of in the ring or as an event?
Both.
In the ring, I was a little bit disappointed. I thought Mayweather was going to get the knockout on a novice that lost to a YouTuber.
Yeah.
With the event, I was super impressed. They had over 40-something thousand people. Finally, Mayweather did an open stadium. He needs to do that when he fights like a Pacquiao so that us, the blue collar, can afford to go there.
Yeah.
Logan and Mayweather, you know, that shit was lit.
Do you think he should fight Jake?
I fucking hope so. I gained 8,000 subscribers at that. I had 40,000 people on my live. 45,000. I've never had 45,000. Like people get that on Instagram. Like Instagram, you know, it's a little minutes, few minutes. Oh, Instagram live. Takashi, yeah, he do 5 million on that. But like 45,000 people on a YouTube live, I was blown the fuck away. You know, I see like Showtime press conferences and things like that, but my own little live, I was ecstatic. And I forgot to say subscribe, so I only got 8,000. You know what I'm saying?
Word. Facts.
Yeah, I hope he do fight Jake, because Jake is the boxer. He's obviously he do better numbers. Like he's he's boisterous. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Bro, my interview with Tyron Woodley got over 500,000 views.
I've seen it.
Like those boys are drawing eyeballs. I don't know. I just did 2 back-to-back interviews, so I don't know if I already said it to y'all or my last interview, but my viewership demographic had a 5.6 bump from 13 to 17. So like my own channel has the analytics to prove that Logan Paul does convert his fan base into boxing fans, because Logan's fan base, right? He's directing them to Showtime pay-per-view. That's where they did that fight. I got nothing to do with Showtime pay-per-view. When you come to my channel and you subscribe, I'm not showing you the pay-per-view. I don't have the pay-per-view, and I'm barely talking about Logan and Jake. I'm very I'm very strict. Like, if he ain't fighting a boxer, we ain't talking about it. If it ain't boxing, I don't do MMA. I'm the boxing voice. So it's all right, we gonna talk about Floyd because he's a boxer, and McGregor. We're not talking about McGregor. You know, he called out Pacquiao. Okay, we could I'm very strict with that. So that 8,000 subscribers is sticking around. I watch my numbers every day. I literally have my analytics browser, monetization browser, dashboard browser. So I monitor my shit daily throughout the day, every minute. Ain't nobody leave. That means that they are converted boxing fans, that yes, you can put his audience in front of boxing, and if they like it, they will stay. So they convert, man. I'm not mad at a lot of people mad at them, but I guess they don't see it. Look at a channel like Seconds Out. So I don't know if you guys know Radio Raheem. I mean, he had 481,000. Started covering them dudes. He was one of the first. He went to the YouTube one when they was fighting in the UK. So he jumped on the wave early. Then everybody else seen that shit like, you know what I'm saying? They owe me a check, you know what I'm saying? And I know eventually it'll come, like eventually the things, whatever. But the point is, I told Eddie Hearn about that shit 3 years ago. I got an interview that I did with him. I'm like, yo, did you see Logan Paul and KSI did 1 million buys on pay-per-view? You need to sign them. He laughed at me on my video, then turned around and signed them. Obviously, it took a year to sign them after that interview, but he signed them. And it's like, I told you, I knew it. I seen the possibilities and potential and growth in those guys. And honestly, I didn't even know it would be this big. I didn't know. Like, Jake is a legit star at this point. He's like, his numbers go through the roof.
I mean, he's doing better than the boxers that have been doing this their whole life, which is
way better. Like 1.5. People mad at him.
Yeah. It's bananas, but it's a dope perspective to hear, because you don't really hear that much that these people, because some people are like, they're destroying boxing, this and that, but to hear that they're actually converting people, is really dope.
A lot of people want to act like they're purists, right? They hardcores, these hipsters, like, come on, man, these fucking YouTubers, all these TikTokers. Bro, these dudes bringing in numbers, man. I'm telling you, my live, forget the live, man. The crowd that was there, like, I was in the bowl, walking around, just doing circles for hours, 3 straight hours, just showing what Mayweather and Logan Paul brought out. And they brought out a damn beautiful crowd. You understand? That's what people need to understand. Like, they bringing out different money. Now different money, man. Different bag, And money, people that want to spend wearing Logan Paul shirts and shit like that. So, it's converting. Listen, if it wasn't converting, we're in a day and age of analytics. Everybody has analytics. If your Instagram starts popping, they hit you up like, hey, you want to turn into a business page and get the analytics? So everybody has their numbers. And I'm sure Showtime got Jake Paul's number before they gave him a 3-fight deal. They didn't do it because, hey, I think this is gonna work. Nah, they know, and he knows. He's on YouTube. He can show Showtime like, what is you see what I'm doing? Look at my Instagram. Like, it's easy when you got numbers, and that's what I'm telling you. Sponsors come to you when you got the numbers, and when you can't find those sponsors, it's like I said, it's as easy as finding the person you need to speak to show them numbers.
Do you think it's beneficial, like, for the sport of boxing, like when you see a lot of social media influencers like stepping into the ring and challenging other like social media people to boxing matches and stuff?
I don't see an issue with it because I feel like that's their own lane. Like again, it's those hipsters, those purists. They're like, oh man, they messing up boxing. Oh man, like how is Floyd messing up boxing with Logan? He fought on a Sunday and still brought 44,000 people out. Like
it's crazy, yeah.
Jealous, man. It always boils down to jealousy because it's like, yo, that ain't even real boxing, man. And they getting paid. You know, oh, man, come on, Lamar Odom for Aaron Carter. He getting paid.
Yeah, yeah.
And people watch it because I know I watch that shit. I ain't buy it.
Facts.
Even a Chad Johnson for it.
Yeah. I didn't illegally stream it. It was just so short. Like you could watch it on IG. We're in a day and age of Instagram had that whole shit out there, like clips here and there, and it was all I had to see because I like real boxing. So you know that was more like some funny shit. Aaron. The ball was so big. You know, and then they had the little punk ass bar. That shit was corny as hell, but it was fun to laugh at.
Yeah.
And for what it was, that's why I don't get like that. Didn't make me say, "Oh man, Lamar Odom and Aaron, man, I ain't watching boxing no more, man." I ain't Earl Spence pay-per-view, like, no, that shit was funny. I got on my podcast and I even screenshot, yo, y'all seen this shit? It was hilarious, yo. Watching Aaron. Yo, Aaron. Aaron let like 6 shots go.
Yeah.
And then, Odom just dropped his ass. He was walking big ass Odom. Those shots must not felt like nothing. It's crazy because you look at that highlight and he keeps hitting Odom on each side. It's like left, right. And then the minute he stopped, it's like none of that shit affected him. Odom,
as expected.
Honestly, I thought Odom was like all types of sick. Like I heard he, like liver or something. I don't know, something weird where they said physically he wasn't supposed to be like, he looked like nothing's wrong. I thought something was wrong. Maybe I heard the wrong tabloid rumor. But he was out there fighting like he was pretty young, man.
Yeah. Aaron Carter doing it in the ring with him.
How do you approve that? Yo, poor he's doing a face off looking like 60 feet in the air.
He had his belly button doing the face off.
Man, that one was crazy.
For real.
I'm excited for this Jake Paul Woodley one, man. I'm telling you. I don't think Woodley's gonna do it. I met him. I met him over that weekend for the Logan. I interviewed him like 5 times. The dude looks short, man. Hell.
Yeah.
Jake big as hell, man. So I don't know. And Woodley, I think 40 at this point.
Yeah.
I was supposed to go to his gym Tuesday, and his stupid flight got delayed. Training in Miami.
So you think Jake got that one?
I don't know, but I'm leaning Jake.
Okay.
I'm leaning Jake not only because of youth and size, but also he's the boxer. Like he's not the YouTuber turning into the MMA guy. He's the YouTuber wanting to take up boxing. That's the sport I love, the sport I follow, sport I work in. Hell yeah, I want his ass to win because the next fight bigger. I know this is gonna be crazy. Yeah. Like it makes sense for me and my business for Jake to be in it. Fuck, I don't want him doing fucking Disney Channel videos no more. Come on over here. Come on over here and give us something to talk about that people want to listen to because that's what I'm saying. He brings his audience. So it's like if it's Jake Paul fight week and you covering Jake Paul, you eating.
Yeah.
Yo, his marketing is crazy too. Like
he's an animal, man. You seen that? Like the way. Like we know about Got Your Hat, but the fact that it was all planned, that shit, I talked about that on my show. And this is what I'm saying. He's good for boxing. He's showing these bum ass boxers how to do it right. They the ones playing games. My man Snatch Mayweather already had the website and the merchandise.
And the merch.
Ready. And that's the only thing I said I respected too.
He did the video editing too, because he woke up in the morning like, yo, y'all gonna see, I'm gonna do. If you went through his story, you would have known that he planned. He's like, yo, I'm gonna try and snatch Mayweather. I ain't know none of that until after he snatched the hat. You could go through his story and see. He literally told people on his story, like, I'm gonna do some crazy shit. Watch me.
Yeah. That's wild. Yeah, that's wild. I mean, and the only thing I do kind of, I respected about that was some people just go viral to go viral and be like, oh, I got views. But the fact that he had the business set up, like, yo, we're going to capitalize and get dollars, that's real marketing rather than, hey, I just want to go viral to go viral.
Boxers are using it now. A boxer said it in the post-fight, oh, I got your hat. It ain't have, obviously, the same effect, but they're changing it to like, got your hat, got your chin. He started a trend, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Facts. So let's talk more fights coming up, right? So actual boxing fights. I want to know who you got and why. Well, the next one coming up is Davis versus Barrios. Who you got?
Davis.
Got Davis. Okay. Davis. Because he jumping up weight classes. So why you feel like he got it?
Because the biggest name on Barrios' resume is Ryan Carboy Carl. That ain't enough for me.
Okay. Copy. I'm kind of leaning on your side with the Davis. I think it'll be a little interesting since it's not. I feel like Davis had like a lot of fights that were just like a lot in his favor. You know what I'm saying? He still fought some good names, but all the attributes kind of worked in his favor. So I think this will be interesting. Let's talk heavyweight. Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury, 3. Who you got? Why?
I'm gonna go with Wilder again. You know,
go Wilder?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I'm going with him because I'm rooting for him, even though they think I hate him. But obviously, Fury is the favorite for a reason. But I want Wilder to win. It's better for the sport. The truth be told, when AJ Fury was being rumored for like that whole 8 months, they kept saying, oh, AJ Fury, Wilder ain't getting the fight. Remember? Y'all remember that? All right. So anyway, the point is that shit wasn't buzzing. No matter how much Eddie said, AJ Fury, I would do shows on AJ Fury unification. AJ Fury, the Prince want to pay for the fight in Saudi Arabia. Them numbers ain't buzzing. About Wilder Fury, them numbers buzzing.
Yeah.
So it's not the big fight. I want Wilder to win. Because it would make boxing history, right? There would never have been a 4-fight heavyweight. I don't even know what you call it because people don't do that shit.
Yeah.
Usually a trilogy, like Marquez. I think both the Marquezes, Rafael Marquez and Juan Manuel Marquez, are the only dudes that have 4 fights with somebody, which is Pacquiao and the other one, Vasquez. So if Wilder gets the win, right? UK are haters. They're disrespectful. They're super haters. Yes, I'm generalizing, and there's good people too, but for the most part, when it comes to boxing, they some haters. So Wilder will win. They will automatically be like, AJ is the man. You still got to beat AJ. So that fight gets bigger, and because of the hate for Wilder. AJ Tyson will get a rematch, right? Because the Wilder haters will be like, man, it's 2-1. He beat you that first. He beat you the second one. Because people believe he beat him the first one. And Wilder's response was like, long count. I knocked you out, they helped you win.
Yeah.
Or gave you opportunity to wake up. So, the 4th fight would be in high demand at this level. Even if there was another 4-fight heavyweight fight, it's never been on this level. So Wilder beating Fury, it would really set a weird chain of events off. I think that would be bigger than Tyson and AJ. Nobody cared. Like, how that's the biggest fight in the world, but you got to go all the way to fucking Saudi Arabia. Meanwhile, I guarantee you, Wilder AJ would be in America. Like, why you gotta go to 7 countries looking for money? That's because don't nobody want to pay for that shit.
Yeah. No, that's real. So are you worried at all? Because what kind of threw me off is what is Wilder's mental state? Because when I seen him with the headphones, that really threw me off.
I ain't like that. I'm telling you, that's why they don't like me. They don't like me anymore because everything I used to do to AJ, it's now his turn. AJ lost, so we question, is he going to be able to come back? You lost to a dude you wasn't supposed to fucking lose to. The difference with Wilder is he lost to the number one heavyweight. But he's acting so... Bro, he's being a hypocrite, man. You literally told AJ he lost because he wasn't a real champion. So now when you lost, you know, what? Mm-hmm. When AJ went silent, it was bad, but you can go silent.
Yeah.
When AJ switched his trainer, it was bad. He's weak. Now you switch your trainer, it's okay.
Yeah.
There's too many double standards. That shit is corny, man. They gotta wake the fuck up over there.
Yeah. No, all right. So next fight we want to know. This is actually my favorite fight of the year announced so far. Pacquiao versus Errol Spence.
Big fight.
What you got?
I'm a ride with Earl because I picked Keith. I thought Keith would do it. And for the most part, he did very well. I like to say on my own show that no one's ever landed that many right hands on Pacquiao. So I'm gonna go with Earl. Mm-hmm. I think Earl is bigger, stronger. And look, man, Pacquiao's 42 or 44, one of the two. So it's time. Yeah. It's time to get, you know.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you on that where I lean to Errol. But Pacquiao is just like, he's like a game changer, right? So it's like I wouldn't put no heavy stakes or bets on it, but I would expect Errol to get it. I think it's better for boxing if Errol gets it. But Pacquiao is just like he's different, man. If he comes in that same shape like he did with Thurman.
Right. And the thing is, when last time Earl faced a
Southpaw? Yeah.
The last time he faced the Southpaw, he got hurt. So, but they say the same about Crawford. You know, they both have been allegedly kept away from Southpaws because they're vulnerable from the two Southpaws. We won't know because it's been so long since they've been in there with a Southpaw.
Yeah.
But for Earl, I guess we do find out. T-Mobile.
About to find out. What fight are you most excited about this year that's been announced?
Wilder Fury.
Wilder Fury. Okay. And then if you're expecting Deontay to win, then you're expecting a knockout. I feel like that's the only way.
I don't know how he's gonna do it. I'm hoping he can do it. Obviously,
yeah,
he's the favorite. Because listen, there was once upon a time I believe he could knock him out, but he can't even hurt him anymore. Fury,
that second fight, I was like, whoa.
Fury adjusted in the first fight. He started rolling with the shots. Then in the second fight, he really rolled with him. He ain't hurting him. He hit him in the first. Go back and watch that first fight. He hit him. Wilder hit him. He ain't hurting him. First of all, he can't hurt him.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't think he can hurt him, right? Because in the first fight, he put him down in the 9th round and didn't hurt him. Like, if you look at any other Wilder knockdown, they get up visibly not looking right. And what I mean by that is like either their legs ain't there, they eyes are glossy. Like look at Bermain Stavern, look at the Dominic Brazil. Like look at these dudes when they get hit. Look at Duapa. When they get hit, how do they look when the ref is counting or when the ref says, go ahead and fight again? That wasn't Fury. Fury was right back to normal. Like, oh, you hit me. All right, let's fucking go. And then the second one, he got right back up and arguably won that. Not won it, but fought back where the last minute he won that last minute. Like, you knocked me down in the 12. I get up and I let hands. That shit didn't make no sense, man.
Yeah.
Look at it. They made the necessary adjustments. Now we in the second fight. And you don't knock me down now.
Yeah.
Now no longer are your shots not hurting me. They not even putting me down no more.
Yeah, that's...
Bro, this fight, that's
what I watched that second fight, like Fury's movement.
Yo.
Like, for somebody being that height, like his movement in the ring is...
Bro, listen to me. He killing Wilder so easily. He watching Wilder. Obviously, Wilder must be telegraphing him because he keeps the hand short. I don't know what is the tell sign that Fury sees, but if you watch that second fight, every time Wilder about to attack, Fury backs up. So the right hand falls short. The right hand always falls short. And when it don't, Fury puts his hand up and he catches it like that, like he's blocking it. Like Wilder gonna have to do more than just shoot the 1-2 because he gonna just back up. He's been doing it already for 2 fights. That's why I think they're working on the body. They want to slow him up, right? You see, he's doing double left hook and bring it up. You know what I'm saying? But I also think he's gonna have to be like double left hook and then shoot the right because Fury's gonna try to go out. Obviously, I don't think he's gonna go this way because he's gonna run into the right hand, but you know, he'll try to go that way. And I guess that's what the third left hook is for, you know, when he try to get out. But it's gonna be a fight, man.
It's gonna be a fight.
Whatever you're doing in them videos, we gotta see, can you do it in the ring when somebody punching you back? You know, because you doing all that cute shit on pads. Let's see it when somebody punches you back.
Oh, that's facts. That's facts. And I'm just hoping. I'm just praying because I'm excited about this fight, and I'm rooting for Wilder, but it just looks really hard to believe in it. And then I lost some hope when I seen him with those headphones on. Like mentally, he might not really like beat her. Like I want to see him win. It's great for boxing for him to win, bro. But like, man, mentally, seeing he gonna need every ounce of mental he can be, and really switch it up on him because the guy that Fury is just supposed to outbox him, and he knocked him out last fight. You know what I'm saying? So mentally,
and this is the thing: do we believe Fury again? Because we didn't believe him before, and he wasn't lying. He said, "Nah, I'm gonna weigh 275, and I'm gonna knock him out." Nobody believed that. Then all of a sudden, that's what he did. Now he's saying, "I'm gonna weigh 300, and I'm gonna knock him out in the same amount or less time." Or do we not believe him? Do we believe him? Like, you know, is he gonna come back trying to box, or is he really gonna just walk Wilder down again?
Man, I mean, so far Fury be about what he say. You know what I mean? So I mean, it's crazy. I mean, I don't think Fury should be changing up what he did from last time. I think he needs to stay in that same way he was last time. But it's definitely gonna be interesting. We just this week we booked ourselves to come to Vegas for fight night, so we hope to see you out there. We got to catch up. You know what I mean? Last question before I let you go, because you have been doing a lot of interviews with Keith Thurman, and he's been one of my favorite fighters. Been a little upset because of the injuries and then how it went with Pacquiao, man. It broke my heart because it gave a reason for these people that, you know, hating on Thurman. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. I'm telling you, I picked him. I thought he would get it done, but you know, unfortunate. Hopefully,
you know, and it was still close. How do you see? Because right now it's looking like Errol Spencer's on his way to be unified champion. Do you see Keith Thurman becoming a major champion again at 147?
Major. By major, do you mean like a major title?
Yeah, major title.
I don't know. I could see him becoming a regular champ. I could see them, you know, giving him that regular belt. Like right now, the regular champ is nobody because Ugas got elevated.
Yeah.
So I could see them, you know, but a full title is going to be tough because, you know, Earl got the BC, Crawford got the WBO. He need a tune-up, man. Give him a tune-up, and I'll pick him against anybody again, man. That's my dog. I'll pick him in the Crawford fight with a tune-up.
Yeah.
I know many won't, but I like Keith, man. I think he's got some skills, man.
He do, man. He was on the way, man, too, before those injuries. That's why I was like, it broke my heart, man. I was always tuned in for the Thurman fight, and then with all the time lost, I was like, all right, he got the Pacquiao. This is his comeback chance. You know what I mean? And now Errol don't want to fight him just because of what their history. Do you feel like he was kind of ducking Errol, or do you feel like, I guess maybe he was just trying to build it?
Nah, man. To me, at the time that he beat Robert Guerrero is the first time Earl called him out. I think he was 14-0. What is Earl talking about? He didn't even go on to be a IBF champion until how many years after that? Like, dudes are funny. You know, Keith did what he had to do. Danny was a bigger name, and so was Sean. It was just the bottom line. Like, and both of them dudes had belts. Just none of why Earl is mad makes sense. And he makes it seem, and you know, Keith answered that. He makes it seem as if Al offered Keith that fight. Like, how you mad at Keith for not giving you a fight that he can't even give you? Like, Al gotta say, do you want to fight Earl? Like, he can't. I don't know. Earl is, but I've seen this before, man. If you look at Cotto, he complained about being A-side treated, you know, by Pacquiao. And then he turned around, became the A-side, and did the same thing to Sergio Martinez and Canelo. He put them in catchweights and was acting like a diva. You know, didn't want to do certain things. So everybody gets in that driver's seat and wants to make the next man feel less. Yeah. How it is. It's crazy.
So do you see a Spence and Thurman fight ever happening?
No. It's the second time Earl says if he don't fight Crawford, he moving up. Yeah. Not unless they gonna do it at 54. Yeah. He really don't like Thurman, man. It's crazy. Yeah. He holding some weird feelings for that.
I know. It's crazy because that's a fight. Yeah.
This is another thing though. See, but we gonna force that fight now that I'm with Fighthype. See.
Yeah, they're
those videos going viral. You understand? At least boxing viral. And, they cannot not see it. Like, I woke up this morning and Benavidez had my interview with Marco Escovedo on his timeline. Like, yo, who the hell is this kid talking about? He'll knock me out. And my interview, you know. So, you know, I know it was the right thing. It's gonna get more exposure. Not only on the fighter, but on my message, because it's my interview, it's my narrative, it's my agenda. I'm asking you the questions that I want answers to. So, I'm not mad.
No, for real. And that was one of the biggest thing. I was even telling Wraith about you on why I really rocks with your brand, bro, because it's mad authentic, and you'll say what everyone's thinking that maybe mainstream media won't even say, and you'll check them right there, even if on the spot about this and that. You know what I mean? So. That's why I'm happy to hear you say that, bro, because I feel like that fight should happen. I know you're going to keep it real. You're not going to sugarcoat it for none of these interviews. You're going to keep it real. You're going to get it out there. And, yeah, because that's what after Pacquiao, I want to see Errol Crawford. I want to see Keith Thurman with the winner. Like, I don't mind if Keith Thurman got a few fights in between and Spencer Crawford go, but Thurman should be in there. And they know, as much as certain haters and fans can say something, Thurman can fight. Now, I want to see where he's truly at now. If he fights Porter again, I think that's going to be telling, because I heard they're trying to put that together. That'll really let us know where he's at. But Porter ain't easy for nobody. I hate to see undefeated people go back against Porter, because Porter, he will get that from you if you push yourself.
I hope, I'm not going to say I hope it's not that fight, but I feel like, is it that fight? I feel like I heard Porter on his podcast say, he was excited for the fight. So it's hard for me to believe that he's excited for Keith when I also heard him on his podcast say he didn't want Keith off a loss. Beat him. So he feels he won't get credit getting Keith off a loss. So I don't know why he would be excited for that, but let's see.
Yeah. I mean, I know they're not going to fight Boots. You know what I mean? So I don't know who else like Porter could really fight and be excited.
Yeah, I asked him that. I don't think they dropped those interviews yet, but I asked him about Virgil and Boots.
Oh, word. Yeah. I already know, man. I don't think they're catching the top people just yet. You know what I mean? Because they looking dangerous.
They ain't getting the top, not yet.
Facts. You have a follow-up question before we let him go?
Yeah, he answered all my questions. This is a very informative interview.
Yeah,
I appreciate this.
100%. I mean, one, we appreciate just being able to talk boxing. Like I always say, like, I don't have many boxing friends, so to be able to have this time to just go back and forth on boxing, bro. Like, and when I watch your platform, I'm like, dang, I want some friends like this, man. Like, I want to go back and forth. You having me and just listening to it, like, oh man, I want to speak on this, you know. So that is truly just a blessing to have that. And then the keys that you drop, no matter what anybody's into, for all followers of the podcast, like, you drop major keys of being an entrepreneur of this day and age, how to build that income, the work ethic that you have to have, and the discipline. You know what I'm saying? You drop certain jewels that we're even gonna follow up on. Right. We're gonna get more serious about even having our Patreon together and things of that nature. But, yo, just keys on keys. And like I said, man, we asked you to get on this because we respect what you're doing, my brother. Congratulations. If you don't hear it enough, bro, because, you know, there be haters out there. Congratulations on all the moves that you're doing. And you're truly inspiring. You're inspiring others, man. You've inspired us and you're inspiring many others. So we truly thank you for that.
Appreciate you guys, man. I just appreciate you taking out the time to give me the platform to say my story. And I hope that you guys, you know, take heed to the advice, because the quicker you do it, the faster you'll grow. You know, I didn't have anybody give me no mentoring tips. Yo, I promise you, somebody tried to charge me $2,000 to show me how to do my podcast, like how to host it. Like that's how grimy people are. Like everybody wants to eat, and I get it. I get that everything is a service, and once you get better at what you do, you probably will be charging to help someone too. But you know, I'm just glad I could offer some free advice, because it's pretty expensive out there.
Yo, for sure. And I know the followers appreciate it. We definitely appreciate it. And then that's why we developed this platform too, is to be able to give out this free info, because one thing that we fight is the crabs in the barrel mentality, where people are so scared to let things go because they feel like for some reason they want to hold other people down. Like, no, we can all win. There's enough money to go around. There's enough success to go around where we could all win, especially as Black men, because I see it in our culture the most. Like, we need to help each other win, and we can keep pulling each other out. Don't hold each other back. Let's keep pulling each other out, you know?
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Listen, man, you know, contact me, man. I got 7 fighters. We're going to get you some fighters on the show to continue building and moving forward.
Man, we really appreciate that. I'm going to definitely be in touch. And, man, it's an honor. I'm going to definitely hit you up. And, you know, we do hope to see you in Vegas next month too as well.
For sure, champ. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
All right.
What up, everyone? If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and hit that notification bell for the latest podcasts, music videos, and comedy skits. We got a lot more content coming your way.
We here all day, baby.
Yeah.
Subscribe to the channel, baby.
We gotta show love first like a